Hi all, welcome to this course on PPC. Today we'll be learning about the critical success factors of ERP. So the factors affecting the success of ERP are many, like the resource, enterprises, time, data, planning, software changes, project, system management, etc. So we'll be discussing a few factors such as the project startup, the management commitment, the project scope, project team, change in management, communication and training, customization or modifications which are required, the budget, and the project closure. So, coming to the project startup, while we perform the duty with due diligence of getting the project on the right track by preparing all the necessary information and communicating it to the appropriate personnel. So, in order to have that, we need to prepare or review the business strategy. We need to prepare or review the IT strategy. We need to prepare or review the ERP strategy. We need to prepare or review the project scope, which is included in more detail. Prepare the organization for the process changes and the new system by applying the proper change in the management strategies and techniques. The next one is the management commitment. Until and unless the manager is committed towards the attainment of the goal, we cannot properly work under them. So, an ERP implementation is going to impact how a company operates by updating the business processes and changing system transactions. IT should not be the only area responsible for the project. So the senior managers and the mid-level managers should be involved in the project from its inception to its completion, which gives the project the proper visibility across the organization and shows the staff in general the importance of the project. So what is the project scope? The core ERP system will most likely not satisfy all the needs of the organization. It will develop the ERP strategy and understand the components of the ERP and how it will fit the other systems and tools. You need to define your project scope from position of knowledge, fully detailing with the project, which is going to include the core project team, which should be composed of full-time personals, including a project manager and others representing the core areas of the business. So if a consulting integrator is used, the core project team needs to have a good and a cohesive working relationship with the consultants also for proper working of the organization. Hence, we identify a set of resources from various areas of the business to provide the subject matter expertise. Change in management, communication, and training. So, the ERP project will not only result in changes in systems but also processes and organizational changes. A change management team will be necessary for the organization to deal with the impact. The size of the team will vary depending on the size of the project and the amount of changes. The training falls under change management, and the most common method is to train the trainers. Normally, the software vendors or the consulting integrators will train the trainers who are employees in the organization. This approach is most helpful because the organization will end up the trained professionals on its staff. Customizations or modifications. Most ERPs are built with embedded best practices. An organization must keep a tight control on the customizations as they may diminish the applications of the best practices. These modifications may result in an increase in scope and budget as well. Finally, the budget. So, organization must create a realistic budget to include all costs for the implementation, such as software, hardware, and staff resources. Most organizations expect a timely return on investment from an ERP project. Some companies which reduce the project budget in an attempt to improve on the ROI or return of investment. The areas most commonly reduced are the change management, training, and the project management. Coming to the project closure, having good project closure is just as important as the project startup. Personnel need to have clear lines of communication as to when the new system is going live and when the legacy system is being decommissioned. This also applies to the introduction of new business processes. Thank you.